I think it's Monday today. I've lost a little bit of track of what the days are, and I'm sure that you all have too. And I'm not quite sure what the time is because the hours jump forward. Anyway, I'm going to do a review class tonight. I thought I would break down the 5 steps that I've shown you already that I dance to Northern Soul, and we're going to do them much slower. I want you to try and practice then. For me, it's a little bit about muscle memory, so I automatically go into them, but I appreciate for those novices out there that have never done Northern Soul before, we really need to try and break them down perhaps a little bit slower for you. So tonight I'm going to do a review of the 5 steps. Tomorrow, if I have time, I will show you how I move with those 5 steps and travel basically across the floor. And then I will do another review how we link them all together. So bear with me. I don't want to overbore you with too much homework tonight on Northern Soul, but here we go. Okay, so the first step that we're going to cover is what I've called the basic side step, and that is stepping to the side on the right, crossing behind on the left, and then we're using the heel of my right foot to give a little flick out to the side. We're then replacing stepping to the side on the left, we're crossing behind on the right, and again I'm using my heel of my left foot to give a little flick. And we'll do that again. So step to the side to the right, cross behind with the left and flick, step to the side to the left, cross behind to the right and flick. Now as I'm stepping to the side and I'm crossing behind, that's when I've got that flex in my knee, and that actually helps you do that flick as well. Step to the side, behind, and that's when you're flicking, if you can see. Side, 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 side. Okay, and speed it up, it will look more like this. We then moved on to step 2, which was a variation of a grapevine. And a normal grapevine is you step to the side to the right, cross behind to the left, side to the right, and point. Now I'm not actually putting any weight on that left leg because I'm actually going to replace it to the side, cross behind to the right, side to the left, and point. Again, no weight is actually going onto my right leg because we would bring it straight back to go side, cross behind, to the side and point, and then side, cross behind, to the side and point. Now the thing is with Northern Soul, there is so many different tracks and so many different, well there is in any music actually, so many different tracks. Is a bit of a numpty blonde thing to say, but there's different speeds of the records. And so it's about the count, and the count is 1 and 2. So as we're stepping to the side, that's going to be 1, behind is and then to the side is 2, and point. Side on the left, 1, behind on and, side to the right is 2 and point. So it's 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And as I'm doing it, it's a little bit harder because I haven't got any socks on tonight, but as I'm doing it, I do put that little bit of a swivel on as well. So as I'm doing a grapevine, I'm going 1 and my body is actually swiveling from the hips here and 2, and I'm twisting again here. So it's 1 and 2, 1 and 2. So my hips are actually twisting, or my waist is twisting, in order to make this very basic step look a little bit more complicated, but more in a bit of a Northern Soul style. 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Okay, so moving on, we then went on to do, we'll do an open out step. So the open out step is stepping to the side on the right. We're then shifting our body to a diagonal, and then we are stepping forward, or we're pointing forward with the left, point to the front, point to the side, bring it behind, and then I am actually transferring my weight onto my left leg and replacing the right. Step to the side to the left, so now my weight's on my left leg. We're pointing in front to the side, transferring the weight onto the right and replacing the left. So we'll do that again. Step to the side, point, side, behind, replace. Step to the side of the left, point, side, behind, replace. So speed it up, it should look like this. Side, point, side, behind, replace. Point, side, behind, replace. Side, point, side, behind, replace. Side, point, side, behind, replace. And as we were moving on from that, I actually tucked in a spin, and the spin was still using that footwork. So where we had our weight on our left foot, and I do tend to probably spin quite a lot on my left leg, but you will decide however you wish to try and do your spinning. But we did a forward, side, behind, replace, and we're prepping, bending down on that left knee and using my left arm to give me some momentum. I'm swinging it here. I know you can't see me fully in this camera, but we're bringing ourselves around with momentum to spin, and then we're anchoring out with our left foot to the side. Now, when you're spinning, you could spin just with your feet together, or some of them actually went round just spinning like that. It doesn't really matter. You will develop your own style, but I'm just trying to show you how I did it. And I tend to anchor out because it just gives it a little bit of a flair. There we go, a bit of a flair, and it gives a little bit of style to the actual dance. Then we did the fifth step, linking on from that. This is just like a crossover back step. So it's a bit of a pickup of the basic, to be honest. So we step to the side with our right, we're crossing behind with our left, our weight's very quickly replaced and then put back onto the right as we step back down again. Step to the side with the left, we cross behind with the right, the weight goes onto the right leg and then returns back down onto the left. That seems quite basic in itself. It is again about the timing and listening to the music, but it's also, when we do that, we're actually picking it up. So as we're doing this, we're actually using our knees, so they're bending as we're picking that step up. So keep practicing that one. Gosh, you can hear my feet sticking on the floor. It's because it's getting hot in here. Okay, so we recap very quickly again. 5 steps. We have a basic step. We've then got the grapevine step, which is 1 and 2. So it's 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And then try twisting from your waist, 1 and 2. 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And then we've got the open out step. So step into the side, forward, side, behind, replace. Step to the side, forward, side, behind, replace. And then we have the spin, forward, side, behind, prep and spin, and anchor. And then we have the crossover step, which is side, behind, picking that up with more of that bounce in your knee. Okay, so we're finished. I hope that gives you a little bit more of a flavour of a review, and as I said, I'm going to go over some more of the basics again tomorrow. Keep practicing that tonight. I hope to watch a series called Liar. It's a brilliant ITV drama, so that's my little choice tonight, and trying to be the master chef and using all those ingredients left in my cupboard. It's amazing how experimental that you can be these days. Anyway, have a great evening, and love one another, stay safe, stay home, and keep dancing and subscribe.